Hello everyone, welcome to DC Minds. In this video, we are going to learn about another C++11 concept called auto. Auto means automatically determine the type of a variable based on the value that is assigned to a variable. Okay, so let's see some example. So in this case, if you see here, age is assigned a value 25 and 25 is of type integer. So what will happen because of this auto keyword? Age will be of type integer, okay, because this is integer. Similarly, age in this case, age will become double because this value is of type double, and in this case age will become float because this value is of type float. So based on the value that is assigned to a variable, auto is determining the data type of that variable. Okay, so this is the syntax to declare a variable. First you will give the auto keyword and then variable name and then value that you want to assign, and this is the syntax for lambda expression or lambda function that we'll learn in future lecture. Okay, so let's see why you have to use auto. So auto will give you some benefits when you don't want implicit type conversion, and we'll see what is implicit in upcoming slides. Okay, so it will give you this robustness and then performance, then it will be usability and then efficiency. These are the benefits that auto will give. Okay, so let's see each of them one by one. The first one is robustness. Only if the expression type is changing in nature. So in this case, if you see, a is of type integer and this expression exp is also of type integer. So when we say a plus 5, both are integer, a is also integer, 5 is also integer, so a plus 5 will be also integer. So in this case, exp will have value 10, and in this case it is proper. But now suppose a plus 5 became a plus 5.5. So in this case what will happen? 5.5 is double, so a plus 5.5 will also be double, so that's why expression type is double. But in this case exp is integer, so what will happen? Instead of 10.5 here, only 10 will get stored. So in this case, if you see, one conversion is happening. Expression is double and it is assigned to integer, so there is some implicit type conversion happening from double to integer. So but if we don't want that implicit conversion to happen, then in this case the expression is not robust here because of changing expression type. So if we use auto, what will happen? It will automatically determine the type. So in this case it will determine exp as integer, because both are integer, and in this case it will determine exp as double because a plus 5.5 is double. Okay, but in this case it was integer because a is also integer and 5 is also integer. Same way, in this case what will happen? The expression type is double but this variable exp is of type integer, so what will happen? Only 10.5 will get, sorry, 10 will get stored instead of 10.5. Okay, but in this case what will happen? A plus 5 will be double, so this expression will be double, and in this case also exp will also be double. So this is how robustness is achieved using auto keyword. Okay, let's see one more example. So in this case, if you see here, you have a function that returns bonus and then we have a basic salary of a person. So in this case you can calculate the total salary as like this. So you'll say basic salary plus get bonus. So get bonus is of returning integer type. So in this case, this is also integer and this is also integer. So what will happen? Result will be the integer, that is expression type is integer. So salary will be 30,000 as it is because both are integer. Next, if our bonus return type is changed, now it is returning some floating point data. So in this case what will happen? If you try calculating the salary using the same expression, so in this case what will happen? Salary type is integer but the result will be of type floating point, means decimal value. It will be 30,000.5. But because it is of type integer, what will happen from floating point, again implicit conversion will happen to integer, so salary will be only 30. So this expression is not robust because we don't want implicit type conversion to happen. So in that case we can use auto keyword here, and in this case what will happen, this salary type will become float, and this salary value will be 30,005. So this is how robustness is achieved using auto keyword. Now let's see another benefits, performance. So you will get performance using auto keywords if you don't want some conversion to happen. So in this case what will happen, both here a is double and a plus 5 will also become double, means this expression type is double, but the exp type is integer. So what will happen, this is double, so from double to integer conversion will happen, implicit conversion will happen. So in this case what is happening, extra operation is happening for converting the value from double to integer. So if you use auto, in this case what will happen, there will be no conversion because a plus 5 will be of type double and auto will automatically determine exp as double, so there is no conversion happening, and then there will be performance gain. Here there was some extra operation of conversion, but here there is no conversion, so we are achieving some performance over here. Okay, so in this case you will have value 10.5. Okay, so when it's come to usability is just you don't have to remember the various type data types that are available, and you just don't have to worry about writing the complex expression and determining what will be the type. Just give the auto and write the complex expression, it will automatically determine the type. And efficiency means over here is it will allow developer to write the code faster. Instead of remembering what data type to use, just use auto and you will be able to write the code faster. Okay, but when you know, if you want a specific data type, like you want integer data type, float data type, or double data type, at that time you don't need to use auto keyword. Okay, so if you let's see reference and auto relationships. So in this case, if you see this example, integer variable age is an integer variable, and now we are declaring a reference to this age variable, and now we are declaring another variable called auto age and assigning it to a auto age. Okay, and it is assigning using ref age. So what will happen now, we are changing the value using ref age. So ref age is a reference variable to age. So in this case what will happen, ref age will become 25 and age will also become 25. So in this case if you print age, it will give output 25, but we are changing the value of auto age. So in this case auto age is created using ref age. So what will happen, auto age will have 27. So if you print, the final output you will get as 25 and 25. So you might think this auto age is a pointing to a reference variable, so this auto age should also be a reference variable. But when you determine a type using a reference variable, what will happen, a reference type will get dropped, so it will not determine it as a reference. Instead of determining it as a int reference, it will determine here just int, so a reference is getting dropped, so that's why output is 25. Okay, next we'll see another example. Okay, so in this case if you see, Here x is a const integer, but when you assign this x to y, in this case the type of y will be integer, it will not be const int, instead it will be only int. Why? Because auto drop references and constant qualifier and also volatile qualifier. Okay. Okay, so next let's see how you can declare a uh, iterator using auto. So in general, if you want to declare a auto to a container, STL container, what you will create a iterator like this. First you will give that container name and type, and then iterator, and then the variable iterator name, and then you will say vec.begin. So in that type iterator, this iterator will pointing to the beginning of the vector. So instead of declaring the iterator this way, you can use auto and simply just assign the value. So automatically based on this return type, the variable type will get determined. So in this case, this iterator will be the pointer to the beginning of the vector. Okay. Now you can declare pointer and reference using auto. Okay. So if you want to declare a memory or you want to declare pointer using auto, you can do this way. So what will happen in this case, the type of D is double. So what will happen, this auto pointer will be determined as double pointer because the value that is getting assigned is of type double. Okay. Similarly reference, what will happen, auto x and D is of type double. So what will happen, auto x will determine as double and percent, so it will be double reference. Okay. So based on the value it is determining the type. So now there are some more uh, concept that is used in C++ 14. So if you see this example, in this case what will happen, if you assign value like this, what will happen, this auto will determine x as a initializer list, and we'll learn about initializer list in future videos. Same way you assign just one value, in this case also it will be initializer list, but in this case if you are assigning direct using brace instead of using assignment operator, it will be determined as integer, and this way this line of code will give you error because the date both types should be same. It should be either decimal type or integer type. Both all values should be same type. Okay. And you cannot assign multiple value like this using brace. Okay. So auto keyword is useful when you want to determine a type from a complicated type. Basically, the complicated type can be templates or pointer to a function or complex expression or pointer to members. Okay. And you can use auto keyword to initialize a variable to a lambda expression. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.